artist Banksy.
He's a mystery artist. Yes, that's right. No one has seen Mr. Banksy.
So this is actually only a print, I can hit it, because we have the original, in the vault. We did have it in here, but when the value went in excess of $6 million, we thought we should probably keep it in the vault.
Yeah.
This is actually, so imagine if this print was actually the real thing. The real thing that we have is actually a wall. It's not a painting as such. It's actually part of a building.
Oh.
Yeah, because Banksy spray painted this onto a building.
A building. So how did you get a piece of a building?
Well, this is part of the sheetrock from the wall of the building.
Okay, so sheetrock. I'm thinking like this big brick and
We do actually have several Banksys that are actually part of it. We have the brick walls, but they're in the UK.
Wow.
But this one we have over here, because this was just on the sheetrock.
Yeah.
But this is one of only 3 Banksys that were ever made in Scotland.
How amazing, exciting.
So it's a super rare piece.
Yeah, definitely. And do you have it for sale?
It is for sale. We don't make much of an effort to sell it because it goes up in value about $1 or $2 million a year. So we don't really bother. We just tell people about it, and if somebody wants to pop the money, then we can talk about that. But we're not actively trying to. It's part of our investment portfolio.
Got you. Yeah. Some people have gold. Some people have some stocks. You got Banksy in the vault.
His price is going to be going down anytime soon. So,
I don't think so either.
We're not in any particular hurry, but it's a really fun piece to show because it's another British artist. Not that he is necessarily British, nobody knows who he is. He's an anonymous artist, street artist.
Yeah.
The most famous street artist in the world.
In the world, yes.
This is a couple of things I could point out. This one is like one of the ones that's got a lot of views on Instagram.
What inspired this?
Well, it's just using the CD rack again to using a spin machine, it's like a combo.
Yeah.
So you create the feeling of, these are all like spirals, so it's like a spiral, but not spiraling all the way out. Just making really fun design with the different colours and so on.
How cool. You in this IKEA CD rack. I'm going to have to take a look at that.
Well, they don't sell them anymore. But this sort of style is like based on the style that I used to do years ago.
This is gorgeous.
This is a more recent one which I did actually last year, but this one is one that we are actually selling on behalf of a client who wants to sell it, so we do that occasionally.
Lovely.
These are part of our legacy collection. This is from back in the day, and so typically these go for about 4 times the price of our regular ones.
Yeah, I mean, this is beautiful.
Collector's items from. This was that's a cool one. Based on the flowers in my garden in my studio in England. This is one of our cherry blossom pieces. Of course, I was the official official artist for the National Cherry Blossom Festival in Washington
DC.
Yeah.
How
so
great.
That was really fun.
So when you say you were the official artist, what does that mean? Like you were the only artist invited to come and capture the moment?
So every year they have an artist that does a piece of artwork that turns into the poster.
Okay.
Used for merch. So it was kind of fun because during the festival, well, first of all, the poster that we did won the International Travel Poster of the Year in 2019,
wow.
which was kind of fun.
Congratulations.
And, all the merch was kind of carpet bombed all across DC, It was funny, my wife and I went over for the festival and we arrived at the airport, at Dulles Airport, and the first thing we saw was my merch, like in the airport, the little stores there.
Yeah.
And we were like, whoa, we were totally unprepared for that, and it was like everywhere.
How cool.
And when we came back to the airport, before you went through security, and it says, before you go through security, make sure you get more Simon Bull merch or something like that, and it was like really funny.
And here you were walking around with all these people, and they're like...
I'm like, yes, let me quickly go back to the gift shop and buy another tour bag. It was pretty funny. I went into some of the gift stores in DC, up to the register, see this merch here, I did that. They just started laughing.
They didn't believe you? Or
It's so funny.
Right. Little did they know. That was hilarious.
So this is another one from the more traditional series. So
lovely.
Yeah, it's kind of a softer look. Put a gold frame on that as a nod to the olden days. There's one here that I want to show you. This one is for now, and last year I started this sort of look.
And what's the technique with this one, Simon? Because I definitely don't see the CD rack
There's
style
no
here.
CD. I use a different kind of paint called high flow acrylic, and it's basically done with floating the paint on things like that.
Well, how ironic, because this piece is actually like it's floating. I get that sensation.
Well, you
it's
create,
dreamy.
like, the idea is to create like an infinite sky. The idea that you could feel maybe this could be the ocean, then the fog, and then the sky, or just the sky, the idea that you can fly through it, so.
Yeah.
I started this series when my wife was diagnosed with cancer, and I was like a little bit emotional about during that season, and I painted a lot of paintings of infinite skies, and this is the last one from that series.
I see. Yeah. It's interesting how art really is emotional, right?
Yeah.
It is emotional. Wow.
So
Lovely.
then this is another one of our looks, which is like based on the red poppy kind of style. These are actually anemones, but this is one of my kind of, not exactly CD wrap, but I have this particular technique, where I float the paint, the thicker paint.
So when you say you float the bigger paint?
It's all painted on as...
I'm trying to like imagine
So
here, yeah.
I paint a lot of these paintings, nearly all the paintings, apart from these big flowers, every painting in this gallery is painted on a tabletop, not on an easel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
so
that makes sense.
So I float the paint on, and it's done originally with like, instead of brushes I use rolls of paper towel, like that. It's a thing that I do. But, anyway,
So you use gravity when you need to.
Oh, yeah.
It's really what it is.
This is called Bodega Bay, but this is another one of those pieces that I do with the paper towels. It's a technique that I call raschieri, which is Italian to scrape.
Okay.
And so you get this lovely texture and so on.
So you get paper towels and just kind of...
Yeah, like that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I wouldn't want to say it was a technique that I invented, but it's a technique that I kind of stumbled upon using. Because I was using paper towels to clean up with, and one day I looked at the roll and thought, I wonder if I could, use that. And it's actually like a palette knife, but a big palette knife.
But a big palette knife.
It's a pretty cool system.
I bet.
Yeah. This is painted with a 6 foot by 4 foot piece of cardboard.
Cardboard?
Yeah, it's cardboard. Yeah. So the painting's on canvas, but I float the paint on it, and I put the edge of the cardboard on and draw it down towards me with the paint, and then it's done.
And then it just pours on and you're doing.
Put the paint on. Yeah.
I'd love to see you do that.
I haven't done one for a while. It's harder to do than it's make it sound, but it's you get lots of interesting contours and things in the paint.
Well, Simon, Gina, this has been one of the most glorious experiences I've ever had on the Purple Road. We are so privileged and honored to have you guys be featured on our channel. Thank you. Your storytelling, your technique, everything that you do, Simon, is just blessed by the grace of God, really. It's such a skill, an amazing skill. And you have a wonderful, beautiful, stellar team. Thank you, Gina, for holding it together. And it's just been, again, such an honor to be a part of this experience and coming to the Meuse Gallery.
The Meuse Gallery.
Thank you.
Well, it was truly our pleasure having you. Thank you very much for your visit today, and we invite everyone to come and see it at Meuse Gallery.
Thank you. Yes.
On the corner of Ocean and Monteverdi, down by the Cottage Suites.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll see you guys later.
Thank you very much, Dave. Bye. Take care. Thanks for coming.
Bye. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you next time.
Yes.